Hi, my name is Sequoia Holmes. According to the Federal Highway Administration, about 3 billion miles are traveled on the interstate annually. I will be telling you more about the interstate highway today. Statistics from the Federal Highway Administration show that you travel an average of 11,000 miles a year on the freeway alone. That's about a quarter of your vehicle miles. Being a Kent State student from Columbus requires me to travel 130 miles to go home. 127 of those miles are spent on Interstate 76 and 71. I will be explaining the origin of the freeway, its dynamics, and the future of our interstate system. Freeways were not always present. In fact, they are fairly new inventions that most of our grandparents were probably present to witness the creation of them. Before interstates, Americans traveled great distances by road at set speed limits. Since roads were not ideal for long-distance traveling, people required to travel great amounts of miles would go by train or would have to stop multiple times before reaching a destination. Many of the roads were badly deteriorated. Most were not named, and some were described as muddy trails. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Aid Road Act. The act provided government funding for roads to be fixed. It required all rural roads to be public and free to travel on. This was the first Federal Road Act to be implemented and would allow our interstate highway system to be created. In 1938, President Dwight Eisenhower hand-drew a network of roads that he wanted to cross America. Because of the signs of the Second World War, Eisenhower felt that the roads would make traveling for troops and military supplies more convenient in case of a natural emergency, such as an evacuation from a city being bombed. The interstate system would make traveling more convenient and safe for Americans across the country. Eisenhower's plan would cost an estimated $130 billion to implement. In 1956, the Federal Aid Highway Act was passed. The bill would create over 41,000 miles of safe traveling for Americans. The official completion date of the interstate highway system is listed as 1992. The 66 primary interstate highways are 1 or 2 digits. They are the main highways that are traveled when driving from one state to another. Even number interstates run west to east and increase south to north. So Interstate 2 is in Southern California, while Interstate 96 is in Michigan. Odd number interstates run north to south and increase west to east. So Interstate 3 would be over in California, while Interstate 71 is here in Ohio. State route numbers run the same way as interstates, but the higher numbered routes are in the east and south. The intricate numbering system has specific rules controlled by the American Association of State Highway Transportation Officials. The interstate highway system is continuously changing. The changes can be recognized by the setup of orange construction cones and 55 mile per hour markers in the normal 65 mile per hour zones. Additions to the interstate system have been suggested, but not put into action. The International Surface Transportation Efficiency Act of 1991 looked to expand the system, but expired in 1997. Negotiations for highway expansions continue in present day. Interstate 9 was proposed by California, but no construction has started yet. Today, over 580 million vehicles travel interstates, according to the Federal Highway Administration. Founder of U.S. Today, Al Newhart, calculated the total cost of the interstate so far at $425 billion, and it's increasing due to the expansions. Ohio is sometimes viewed as being outlined in orange construction cones due to the large expansions and continuous work on the interstate system. The Federal Highway Administration ranks our state in the top 5 for number of interstates, interstate mileage, and the number of vehicle miles traveled annually on the freeway. Some of us drive on the interstate daily, not realizing its importance and making our travels quicker and more convenient. Freeways were not always a method of travel for us. Much thought went into the planning and construction of our highways, and it continues to do so today as seen by the evolving system. I hope that this speech has instilled a deeper appreciation and understanding about our freeway. Be safe and appreciative drivers, and never text and drive.